Hello everybody. Hey guys, how are you guys going today? Welcome to MMW Day with your girl Rach, and I'm joining you from Perth. And like I always say, life is good, God is great, and situations are awesome. When we go through situations and challenges, and that guess what? They make you unbeatable, unbreakable, and man, you are undefeatable. This is the African story. Wherever you're joining me from, I'm so thrilled you're joining me today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good day. I am going to KISS, keep it simple and stupid, and we will be out of here in time. So we are talking about all things relationship and the things that break relationship. And today we are focusing on hostility. Okay, hostility in a relationship is not healthy. It doesn't produce results. All right. So if you're feeling hostile towards your partner in a relationship, it's better you deal with the reasons why you're feeling hostile towards your partner and try to come to a more healthy terms, because when you have hostility in the relationship, what it does is keep in mind that your intent when in a relationship is to create a bond, is to be more closer together, is to be partners, is to partnership together. But when you have hostility in a relationship, rather than creating a bond, rather than being partners, what it does, it pulls you apart. Okay, it draws you further away from each other, and it creates a much wilder gap in between that relationship, and other people are easily able to intercept that relationship because there is no bond and there is no partnership. So hostility in a relationship breaks relationship apart instead of pulling it together. So, what is hostility? Hostility is when a person shows an unkind, unfriendly, unpleasant, or dislike or ill behavior towards somebody or towards a thing. Hostility in a relationship is when a partner attacks another partner verbally. Okay, verbally is when your partner attacks the other partner verbally, not actually trying to resolve an issue or a problem, but with an intent to cause verbal harm to the other partner. So why do people get hostile in a relationship? There are many reasons why people feel hostile in a relationship. Number one, lack of trust. Number two, because of the words that have been said previously, because of negativity in that relationship, because the other person feel like I'm not valued, I'm being taken advantage of, I'm being taken for granted, I'm not appreciated. You're verbally insulting me, you are physically insulting me. So a lot of things lead to people being hostile in a relationship. How do we deal with hostility in a relationship, though? No, I'm feeling hostile towards my partner and I don't like the things he did to me. How do we deal with hostility? Number one, be intentional in your ways of communication. Okay, choose a better way to communicate with your partner if you're unhappy with them, if you're unhappy with their behavior or with their actions. Because when a relationship has come to a place where there is hostility, and where there are verbal, abuse or verbal hurt, due to hostility, it is very hard to repair the communication patterns of that relationship, and it is also very hard to repair the relationship itself because of the harm that has been done due to hostility. So be intentional in the way you communicate and choose a better patterns of communication. When you are communicating with your partner about something they've done or something that you are not happy about, focus on your feelings, okay? Do not let your feelings take over you. Focus on your feelings and your thought processes. What do I mean by this? Okay, I know that I'm upset with you right now for what you've done to me. I know I'm upset about your behavior and everything. But because I'm too upset, because I am angry at you, is this the right time to talk about the issue? Is it the right time to talk about the problem? If not, you let it go for a few hours, and when you're calm, you talk about it. If yes, your thought processes now is, how do I talk about this without exploding? How do I talk about this issue without being angry or without being or going overboard? Okay, so focus on your thought processes. This gives you control on how you present the issue or the situation or the problem. That way, you apply logic to the issue that you want to discuss, and this allows your partner to see where you're coming from, to see what is actually happening, and it also helps them in return to respond honestly or honestly towards the issue that is being discussed. Number two, think about how you are going to address the problem when you and your partner are in an argument. Okay, if you and your partner are arguing, or if you're trying to resolve the issue, think about how, you know, think about how to address the issue. Okay, if you're in an argument, how long do you want that argument to continue for? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. If the argument have gone over 30 minutes, it's not worth it. Take a break. If the argument has gone over 30 minutes, yes, still you haven't come to a place of compromise, you haven't come to a solution, you both take a break, go out for a walk, drink an apple juice, and come back after a few hours and try to revisit the issue. And if you are involved in an argument that has gone over hours and hours and hours, it is very unlikely that that argument is benefiting you or that relationship. Three, give up the need to win. All right, keep in mind that if you are arguing about a problem or an issue, it is not about who wins or who loses. It is not about who is right and who is wrong. Your intention for arguing about a problem is to find a solution, is to make sure that the relationship is in a healthy place, is to make sure that every unhealthy things into the relationship is being addressed and being taken care of. That's the intent of an argument. It's not about who wins or who loses. And when you and your partner are in an argument or trying to resolve a problem, ask yourself questions such as, is it more important for me to be right or for me to win every fight? Or is it more important for me and my partner to be happy and our relationship in a better place? When you ask yourself this question, it will help you to be more calm and show more understanding when you're trying to resolve a problem or when you are in an argument with them. 4, in the process of an argument or in the process of trying to resolve a problem, be respectful to the other person in your words, in the things you say and the way you choose to say them. This is something that we all get wrong, because every time we're involved in an argument, we get overwhelmed by our emotions and we tend to say things that we don't mean. And some of these things, once you say them, you can't take them back, because I have a theory that says you can't unheard what you've heard. Okay, when you say those hurtful things to the other person, it doesn't matter if that relationship come back together. It doesn't matter if you resolve the problem that you're fighting about. Those hurtful thoughts and those hurtful words don't go away. They are stuck with that person forever, okay? And those hurtful words or things you say lead to that person being even more hostile towards that relationship or towards you. So be respectful in your words, the things you say and how you choose to say them. Because instead of trying to resolve an issue, it will lead to more issues further on in the future. Listen to each other when you are in an argument or you're trying to resolve a problem. Listen to each other's point of view. If they have something to say, sit down and listen to what they have to say and consider what they have to say. When they've done talking, you two put your point together across, and you both listen to each other's point of view and what you're trying to achieve. It's pointless trying to scream at each other. It's pointless trying to yell at each other. It's so pointless trying to bring down the house with your loud voices. If you are a person, or if you're one of these people who, when you are in an argument or trying to resolve a problem and you want your point to go across, and the way you do that is to scream, is to yell, and is to be very loud, I'll say to you right now, this is a non-productive, okay? This is a non-productive method of communication. This method of communication is non-productive to you or to that relationship. It doesn't produce any results. It does not produce any results, okay? Number 5, when you are trying to deal with a problem or solve a problem, or when you are arguing, about a problem, focus on the problem that is at hand. Okay, focus on the central problem and what you're trying to resolve. Do not go into the past and bring past problems into the future problem that you're trying to resolve. If you do that, what you're actually doing is getting the other person upset, and you are actually making them feel like, you know what, there is no point. If you do that, the other person is hesitant in trying to resolve the issue, because they'll be like, oh, that happened years ago and I apologize, and you say you're forgiving me. How come you're talking about it now? You know what, there is no point of us even having this conversation. There is no point of us even trying to talk about this, because I know you're not even going to forget about it, because you brought something that has happened years ago. So you see, do not lose focus on what you're trying to achieve. Do not lose focus on the problem you're trying to resolve. So keep the past in the past and try to focus on the central issue at hand that need to be taken care of. And like I said earlier on, hostility in a relationship doesn't benefit anybody. Okay, what it does instead is pull you apart, is, destroy the bond that you've created, and it leads to breakup in a relationship. It leads to divorce in a relationship, because there is no bond, there is no partnership, there is no, talking to each other when you are experiencing things that you think need to be talked about. All right, so when people are hostile, or when they feel like, okay, there is a lot of hostility here, or this person is hostile towards me, what they do is like, when I'm done with work, instead of me coming home, I'm not going to come home. Why am I not going to come home? Because I know that they are unfriendly towards me, their behavior towards me is ill, their behavior towards me, their action towards me are not accommodating. Everything I said, they get upset, and there is so much, strength of argument in their voice every time I talk to them. They are not considerate. I can't see anything around them that will make me go and sit with them after work. So you know what? I'm just gonna hang out with my mates, and when it's time to go to bed, I will just go home and go to sleep. So you see, there is already a wider gap in between, because they're gone and you're on your way, and everybody's doing their own thing. So it's very easy for that relationship to be intercepted by another person. So if you want to strengthen your relationship more, and if you want to make sure that that bond between you and your partner is unbreakable, if you have any sort of hostility at all, try to resolve it, and try to find a solution to whatever thing that is causing you to be hostile towards another person. If you don't, it's going to create a wider gap, and it's going to lead to a relationship going in a negative way.